Got some turntables in 1987, and in about 1989, when everyone realised this thing called acid house was happening, and where I was living in Shepton Mallet and near living to Glastonbury as well, there was a few small illegal parties starting to happen, and me and a few of my friends, although I was still really heavily into hardcore hip hop, it kind of sounded interesting, and I didn't really go out much, so we went out one night just to one of these local things happening in a barn, and it blew me away. The one man controlling the whole operation was the DJ, and then the penny dropped, and I thought, yeah, I can do this. Played a few illegals that was happening around the area, like Chicken, Sodbury, Stroud, what have you, things like this. Started to meet a few of the guys in Bristol who was doing a few things, and then I met two guys called Rob Pepper and Paul Shorey, who were the guys who were then to create Universe. By the September of '92, that was like the third big Universe I played, but this one was really kind of bigger than any other one. They titled it Mind, Body, Soul in the Universe, and it was this one gig where they had hired the first sort of really big European DJ, this guy Tanif from Germany. He was the only real serious techno DJ on the lineup, and I thought, well, there's a chance just to play some of them techno records that I've never been able to play anywhere else. And that 30-minute set that I played there was the first time I played techno publicly to a crowd of about 17,000 people, and that set changed my life. It was quite pivotal because at that time, you know, in the raves, no one really played techno. That's a fact. You had your Colin Dales and your Colin Favors in London, but techno was really never a thing in the rave at that time. It was always about like fast breakbeat music, you know. And they brought Jane Howard in to do the main stage for the techno tent. Remember that word, techno tent, something that didn't happen before at Universe, yeah? Just they got CJ Boland playing live, it was just phenomenal. We made a change, and that change kind of stuck with the way Universe did their thing from that point onwards. There was these few records coming from Rotterdam that really had some balls, man, and just like the BPM started to increase, and I just got into that. My friend John actually hired Gordon Mathermoon to come and DJ as DJ Edge. When he came down, I just got in his face and said, any chance of coming to London and cutting a couple of tracks with you just to see how it's all done? And to my surprise, he said, yeah. It was about a month later, I went to his place in just off the edge of Brixton for a week, and we did two tracks that were Edge Records number 13, that was DJ Edge and the DJ producer. One was called Order and Law, and the other was called Apocalyptic. Well, small rubbish mixing desk, a couple of rubbish effects boxes. Yeah, that was enough to get me going for sure. And yeah, I did a few 12 inches like that. Man, they sound rough. They're like the roughest records I've ever heard by anyone. And I think doing those first tracks, although they came back sounding really bad, I did learn a lot from those first records. And even now, like the paranoia of having a record come back and sounding bad has probably scarred me for life, you know. It's just half the time I kind of push my music to one side and let other people appreciate it, because I'm never entirely satisfied with what I've done. The thing is, back then when we was first making music, it was all about having 10 tons of equipment. You know, you've got 16 channel mixer, you have your synths, the samplers that we ended up buying, big Akai rack mount things, loads of effects boxes, drum machines. The studio got out of control. The heat it generated used to murder us in summer. Since the advent of the PC has turned around, that really made us change pretty quick. As soon as I could understand what could be done with a PC, I'd say within a year of that, by the end of '97, I'd virtually got rid of everything from the basement of the studio, and we just concentrated on building a big computer. We kept the drum machines and everything because they were used for sound sources, but the samplers, the old mixing desk, Roland workstations, everything went. And then we just got stuck into making music with computers.